He just was staring at me, and
I couldn't see this.
Maybe you can kind of help me.
Sounds like they're getting closer to us.
The YouTube channel Strange Days Diaries follows Aja, a solo female van lifer who documents her day-to-day life while living full-time in a cozy 1990s Chevy Astro named Spec. Her videos are warm, personal, and grounded, filled with slow mornings, errand runs, peaceful nature spots, and creative journaling sessions. But in this video, what she thought was going to be a relaxing and productive solo day quickly veers into something much more unsettling. After topping off her gas and buying a few essentials, Aja heads to one of her favorite camping spots, a quiet oceanside overlook along the California coast that she's used before without issue. Her plans were to cook a hearty breakfast, relax in the sun, and take a peaceful walk to enjoy her one full day off that week. But shortly after arriving, something catches her attention.
all right, just made it. I love this place so much, but I like to keep it real on this channel, and I don't know what just happened, but basically I just pulled into this spot. I love it. And as I pull up to this spot, I pass by a McDonald's. It's like, I don't know, a mile away from this spot is a McDonald's, or like 2 miles. As I'm driving by the McDonald's, I like made eye contact with somebody who was pulling out of the McDonald's. I didn't mean to, but I guess I did. And I saw him just like make eye contact with me and zoom behind me and follow me. And he followed me all the way up here. And this spot, there's like it's like hard to describe. Maybe I can, oh yeah, you can kind of see it. Okay, so over there, it's like a dead end kind of thing, like with a gate. And that's where I go up there and I turn around there so that I can park here. That's what I do every single time. And nobody else does that. And I do that. And he even follows me up there and around. And right now I parked and I saw him pull up to Spec. And then he just was staring at me. And I wasn't making eye contact. And then he just zoomed off. So I don't know what that was all about. It's obviously super creepy and I hated every second of it. But whatever, he's gone. And maybe he knew me. I don't know. It's just so weird and creepy. But anyways, we're good. So yeah. Oh my gosh, there's a really cute dog walking by. As I started cooking breakfast, I just kept thinking about the guy in the blue car and really hoping he wouldn't come back. So I just focused on making my delicious breakfast sandwich, and of course, I cracked my side window for some ventilation since I was using the stove in my van.
A man in a blue car had been parked near a fast food drive-thru she passed earlier. She didn't think much of it until she noticed the same car following her along the winding road toward her van life spot. When she pulled into her usual turnout, he pulled in too. Aja is experienced, cautious, and well aware of how to read the energy around her. And while the man didn't get out of the car or speak to her, his behavior raised red flags. He lingered in his vehicle for an uncomfortable amount of time, parked in a spot that provided a direct line of sight to her van. Eventually, he drove off, and she tried to settle back into her routine. She cracked the windows to cook, cleaned the interior, and prepared to enjoy some quiet time alone. But then he came back.
So something I noticed as I'm cooking is the creepy guy in the blue car is back. So that sucks. I hope that it's nothing and that I'm just being really sensitive, but I feel like it's something. But this is the reality sometimes for me. And just people on the road, you're a lot more vulnerable, I guess. I don't know how else to put it, but I just get a bad vibe, man. And I was so looking forward to spending my day out here. And I think I still will. Like, I'm not going to let this totally affect me, but I'm just going to have to keep my wits about me, I think. And I also think I have to close my curtain now, which I didn't want to do because I like hanging out with, you know, windows, doors, curtains open. But he could be just like sitting there staring at me in his like rearview mirror for all I know. I don't know, but whatever. Also, I burned my egg. It's okay. We're gonna have a good day, nevertheless. I figure while I'm cleaning up, I can chat a little bit about being a girl on the road. I don't know. It's a whole thing. My most viewed video is my creepy experiences as a solo female van lifer, and I talk all about my creepy experiences on the road, and you may have actually found my channel through that video, so what's up? I was not expecting that video to be the one that got the most views, but here we are. There's some crazy stories in there, but all in all, I feel feel super safe on the road. I do travel alone. I don't feel in danger except for very rarely. And that's because I take a lot of precautions, and I could get into like my precautions and all of that. But I mean, just to name a couple, like I am always on the move. I never post in real time where I am, stuff like that. And just other precautions in general. I have to take a lot more precautions than men on the road, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's the case. And it does suck sometimes, but it never limits me. Like I never allow creepy people or men who follow me, which happens on the road or not. Like my home is San Francisco, and I've been followed so many times on the streets of San Francisco, streets of LA, Seattle, you know, and I feel like that's a reality for a lot of women, whether you're on the road or just literally walking to a grocery store. It doesn't matter. You just gotta always have your wits about you, and it's a sucky reality for us girls out there, whether you're on the road or not. I definitely am not freaked out by this weird random person who followed me up here. I do have a weird feeling about it. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I'm a big go with your gut kind of girl. And if I have a weird feeling, like a weird gut feeling, then I listen to it. And I definitely have a weird feeling about them. And there's no reason to come up here unless you're hiking, or there's a big paraglider club, I think, that comes out here.
The same blue car returned and parked in nearly the same position, again within full view of her van. This time, Aja watched him more closely. He didn't appear to be lost or waiting for someone. He made no move to leave his vehicle. Instead, he remained still, sometimes looking toward her, sometimes holding a phone or hand up toward her direction. The moment stretched uncomfortably long. Every time she peered through the blinds or cautiously looked outside, he was still there. Eventually, she stepped out of her van to retrieve something. At that moment, the man moved from the passenger seat to the driver's side and circled her direction slowly.
As soon as I started rifling through my bag of stickers, I noticed the guy in the blue car who I've been talking about this whole time get out and just stare at me. He walked around the car and all of that, and it totally unnerved me. And then before I know it, I see him just drive off. So I just watched that guy who I've been talking about this whole time in the blue car. I swear to God, he's been just sitting in. It turns out it was just one guy, not two guys. But like the whole time that I was making breakfast, doing my nails, all of that, I was like checking and just monitoring him and seeing what he was doing. And he never got out once. He always sat in the car and he always had his hand up. I swear to God, he was filming me or something. I'm not sure. It was so weird. I don't know. Who freaking knows? And I kept telling myself, like, it's probably nothing. It's probably nothing. But again, the gut feeling. And anyways, the entire time I'm making breakfast, chilling in the van, he was in his car. And then right now, when I got out and went to the back to get my stickers, I came back and I've been sitting in the cab for like a couple minutes. And right after I filmed that clip of me saying like what I'm gonna do with the stickers and all of that, I shut my camera off and I looked up and I saw him like open his door, and he had been in the passenger seat, which I had seen already. That's why I thought there were two people, because I noticed somebody in the passenger seat like an hour ago. Anyways, I see him right now get out of the passenger seat and walk around his car to the driver's seat. And as he was walking around the car, he's just staring at me the entire time, staring at me. He gets in the driver's seat, turns the car on and drives away. And it's just so weird that like he tailgates me in here, follows me, gives me a heavy like crazy look as he's following me, tailing me, drives by me, and I thought he goes away. Then, like, as I told you, he came back and he just sat in his car and he didn't leave until I got out, and like he saw me get out, because I had not gotten out of my van at all until right now when I got the stickers. And of course, now that he's seen me get out and like seen me outside of the van, that's when he leaves. And I'll be so curious to see if he comes back, but it's just so weird and unnerving, and I don't know. Anyways, these are just my honest thoughts. I wanted to share them. I feel better that he's left. I'll just keep an eye out and see if he comes back. But it's weird, right? I don't know. Please put in the comments below what you think, or if I'm just being crazy or being like too sensitive. I feel like I'm not being too sensitive because he wouldn't stop staring at me. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But let's get on to the stickers, huh? I definitely felt a sense of relief now that the guy in the car was gone, and now I could focus on redecorating my cute little cab and dash with cute little stickers.
He gave her an extended look, silent, deliberate, before finally pulling away. There was no direct confrontation, but the intensity of the situation lay in its ambiguity. Aja wasn't panicked, but she was alert. The unease of knowing that someone had been watching, parked for hours with no clear reason, in a place where she should have felt secure. But rather than forcing herself to ignore it, she made a decision to cut the day short. Despite it being her only full day off and the weather being ideal, she trusted her instinct and decided she'd soon move to a new location. The rest of her vlog is quiet. She journals, draws, makes a custom envelope for a friend. But the shadow of the earlier encounter lingers. When you live alone on the road, that kind of ambiguity can be the most mentally taxing thing of all. What did you make of this encounter? Let me know. Before moving forward, do me a favor and give this video a like and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers before August, and I also got a surprise for you once we reach 100K. Now, enjoy the rest of the video and watch till the end because there's a hidden word somewhere in the video for you. Let's see if you can comment the hidden word correctly. Uploaded on May 18th, 2025, this next entry comes from the YouTube channel Love Sundays, hosted by a solo British van lifer who travels across the UK in his self-built camper van. The creator is known for his lighthearted but practical approach to stealth camping, cooking inside his van, and exploring lesser-known corners of the countryside. But during a spontaneous overnight stay, things turned from entertaining to deeply uncomfortable. The plan for the evening was to spend the day paddleboarding along the river, then park up near a scenic pub called the Pandora Inn, cook some food in the van, and enjoy a quiet night alone. After confirming with the pub that he could leave his van in the lot if he returned for a drink, the creator headed out to the water. He filmed himself setting up the paddleboard, taking in the peaceful estuary surroundings.
I've just got the paddleboard strapped in up there. And my sort of plan for this trip, because the last couple of weeks I've not really spent a great deal of time in the van, sort of enjoying it, is I figured I'd come down here, I'd go for a quick paddleboard out in the estuary there, and then I'm just gonna find somewhere to park up, cook dinner in the van, and just enjoy this space. I have to step on this. Okay, just drop it. That'll do. Now how am I going to get down? Like this. Been learning from my mistakes and I am putting on sun cream today. I got way too burnt on that boat last week. But the funny thing is, I actually put sun cream on last week, but just once in the morning and that was it. Water shades. There we go. I am packing a few essentials in this dry bag, water being one of them. My phone, just in case I drift out to sea, and the van keys as well. So I'm strapping the water to the outside just so that it doesn't leak onto everything that's inside. I mean, it's just my drone, but it's not waterproof, so. Right, let's get in the water. Oh, step.
Later, he returns to the van, makes dinner, and begins settling in for the night.
Gonna use the grill one tonight. Stop for sneaking up. I am going to open this door a little bit. Stop me getting too hot. I'm going to take my jumper off. I've had a lot of suggestions about like mounting a, I don't know, some sort of fan up here just to sort of suck all of this out. Because as great as the roof hatch is, it doesn't actually extract any of this steam, which is annoying. may have overcooked my steak. Yeah, never mind. It's crispy though. That's all that matters, right? So my non-alcoholic drink for this evening is Pepsi Max. And I'm gonna enjoy this steak sandwich with a little bit of mustard. Considering I overcooked the steak, really good. I made another one. I mean, it was good, it just didn't really touch the sides. Oh, that was delicious. I've just got to tidy up now. Right, the sun's not quite down, but it is getting dark.
It's the kind of content his viewers expect. Relaxed, cozy, and self-aware. But as darkness falls, things take an unexpected turn.
They're actually flashing their lights like what doggers do. Right, I gotta see this. It's literally way too dark out there for me to be sticking my camera out there with, well, the light of the screen on's just illuminating me too much, so all I can hear is doors shutting now. Oh, they've started their engine. I mean, it's all a little bit weird, isn't it? Oh, the other car's leaving now. Maybe they've spotted me out with a camera, so they're all off. I mean, like I said, as long as they don't keep me awake, it don't really matter, but...
Suddenly, unfamiliar vehicles begin pulling into the same secluded lot. At first, it seems like random late-night traffic, but then the behaviors become more deliberate. Headlights flashing in specific patterns, engines idling, and car doors opening and closing without anyone approaching his van. It quickly becomes clear. This location isn't just peaceful and out of the way. It's a known dogging hotspot. Rather than panic, the creator maintains his usual behavior. He doesn't leave, but he acknowledges just how strange the situation has become. At one point, a vehicle parks nearby and flashes its lights repeatedly, behavior associated with soliciting others in these kinds of locations. Then muffled voices and car door slams echo through the dark. He locks the doors and chooses not to interact. As the night wears on, some of the cars eventually leave, possibly after spotting the camera or realizing someone was watching. Though there's no direct confrontation, the creator admits the experience left him uneasy. This wasn't the kind of interaction he signed up for when planning a casual stealth camp. The next morning, the lot is calm again, but he confirms that the rumors about the location were true. The stealth camp had inadvertently turned into a front row seat for something he didn't intend to witness. He laughs it off with his signature charm, but the subtext is clear. This night was far more than he bargained for. Miami Gets Around is known for its candid, off-grid van life adventures, usually filled with humor and the quiet joys of solo travel. Miami, the creator, often finds charm in the mundane, from testing new ways to cook over a fire, to watching classic TV shows in her van while boondocking in the wild. During one solo trip into the forested backroads near North Carolina's Linville Gorge, her peaceful day turned unexpectedly urgent when she became witness to something far more serious than the typical quirks of camp life. The vlog opens with Mimi doing what she does best, easing into the day slowly. Parked in a scenic but remote campsite with no cell service, she enjoys the freedom of being allowed to stay exactly where she is. But while the day starts lazy and uneventful, there's a strange energy around the site. She mentions that her camp is the very first one you reach when turning off the main forest road, a location that's invited more than a few unexpected visitors. Some people pull in, pause for a moment, and leave without explanation. It's enough to make her wonder what exactly they're looking for. Later, she goes for a walk down the forest road, one that quickly begins to feel too remote for comfort.
I'm gonna get a few steps in. It did rain for a little while. Made for a wonderful lazy day. I'm gonna see if I can make it a little farther this time. All right. Let's go see. I don't know why I'm so freaked out. I feel like, what if it's a driveway or something? And I'm gonna keep going, but... Okay, so now I'm at the part where you can't see where you came from. And you can't see where you're going. Okay, so I've already walked about a quarter mile. Getting pretty deep in the forest. With no signal. I'm gonna go around this bend, and if there's nothing, I'm gonna turn around. Those are my shoe prints. And they're pretty fresh. They're pretty fresh. I'm trying to be funny about it, but also I'm like a little bit like low-key. Come on. Turn around. We're going back. Yeah. I definitely came back way quicker than I went down. No reason, I wasn't scared. It started getting real weird. Weird sounds. So, 360. All right, 180. 180. Oh, you're still there, thank God.
Back at camp, she begins cooking dinner and setting up for the night when a woman pulls into the clearing and calls out to her for help.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm a little lost and I'm hoping maybe you can kind of help me.
Yeah, what's up?
So my kid he's 20,
Uh-huh.
but he was hiking around the Linville Gorge, and this is telling me to turn here and go obviously through that gated area, which doesn't look like a thing,
Yeah, no.
to get to his pen. He pinned me there.
Okay, well, I'm assuming you did a trail, right? Like a marked trail.
Yeah, but he said he was like on the side of a road and he's throwing up, and he's like, come get me. And I just drove from Raleigh
Oh, dang.
in my work clothes.
Oh my gosh, so you really are?
Yeah, I was like, I'll be right there.
Oh God, yeah, that's far. Okay.
Do you have
I guess he doesn't know anyone out this way that would have something.
So he traveled up here by himself.
Oh.
He thought he'd be all like crazy.
Well, we've got quite the situation. Apparently, down that road that I was just walking down, about 2.5 miles, her son is very sick and needs her to come get him, but she can't get past the gate. And there's no other entrance way, because I just hooked up my Starlink to see. There's no other way down there than through that gate, which is very locked. So she's calling 911 now to see if they can come help.
The woman is visibly distressed. Her son, 20 years old and hiking alone, had called her from deep inside the forest, vomiting and dehydrated. He managed to drop a GPS pin, but she couldn't get past the locked service gate leading into the trail system. She had driven 4 hours from Raleigh, still in her work clothes, desperate to reach him. Mimi immediately steps in to help. She invites the mother to sit by her fire and uses her Starlink satellite connection to confirm the location. Soon, emergency services arrive. First responders, EMS, and forest personnel all coordinating a response. The scene becomes active, with vehicles moving in and out of the campsite and radios echoing through the trees. The boys eventually located about 3 miles down the service road, weak but alive. Fortunately, one of the responders had a key to the gate, and rather than waiting for a stretcher evacuation, the team allows the mother to drive in and retrieve her son herself. He refuses a hospital visit, instead choosing to go home and recover in peace. What was supposed to be a lazy day in the woods turned into a high-stakes rescue operation. and yet the outcome was one of relief. Like always, let me know what you thought of this encounter. On April 18th, 2022, the channel This Is Life that follows Matt, a solo car camper who explores the backroads and wilderness edges of British Columbia in a Land Rover LR2. In this video, what begins as a chill riverside evening near the Fraser River quickly devolves into one of the most nerve-wracking experiences he's ever had behind the wheel. After playing a game of pickup basketball with friends, Matt heads out to Harrison Hot Springs and eventually finds a quiet spot along the river to fish and camp.
We are in Harrison Hot Springs. I'm going to throw out the rod a little bit and see what nature provides.
In the wintertime, I remember just sat right beside.
Like the swing of things. Could be fun. It doesn't look very deep. Okay. Hello. I think I break the line. Yeet. I got a fish.
What?
I got a fish. Oh, I think you let go, man. Dude, I had a fish. I had a fish. No fish today, but that's okay. There's always next time. The boy's hungry, we're gonna go cook some food.
He sets up for the night in a gravel pullout tucked beside the woods, a stone's throw from the water. As always, his Land Rover is rigged for stealth. Blackout curtains, improvised bedding, and the Jetboil stove for a quick carbonara pasta dinner. It's calm, quiet, and beautiful at first, but just as he's settling in and preparing to sleep, the night is pierced by something unexpected.
Guys shooting guns is a little sketchy. Sketchy. Blast of 4 or 5 every time. It's gone on like 7 or 8 times. We're relatively close. Oof. Oh god. And your doors don't lock?
Well, I like to close my windows.
Okay. I think we're gonna be good. I got an axe with me. Oh. Did you guys hear that?
At first it's distant, a few shots, sharp, isolated, and unsettling. Matt acknowledges it on camera but tries to shrug it off. After all, rural areas sometimes come with loud noises. Maybe someone's shooting targets nearby, or maybe it's a farmer clearing pests. But then it happens again.
It almost sounds like they're getting closer to us. I'm actually a little worried. I'm a little scared right now. It's really loud. Now I hear really fast driving. Okay, I'm gonna get in my car. That is way too sketchy. Sounds like there's a car that just flew across the bridge, gun in it, with an exhaust of some sort. Whoa, my heart's beating. That's freaky. Whoa. I haven't even been able to set up my bed yet. Gunshots keep going off. I feel too sketched out to sleep. There's like cars.
4 or 5 shots at a time, spaced out, louder each time. The pattern becomes impossible to ignore. As the gunshots continue, the tension ramps up. They're not just random anymore, they feel close. Matt's instincts shift from observation to self-preservation. He quickly checks the locks on his car, grabs a nearby axe, and begins mentally preparing for the worst. A vehicle roars by over the nearby bridge, tires screeching, engine echoing through the dark. Another burst of gunfire follows soon after. He hasn't even had time to set up his bed yet. Instead, he scrambles, removing his shoes, adjusting the seats, activating the Land Rover's window covers, all while narrating his discomfort in real time. His voice, usually casual and upbeat, grows quieter. He says it outright. He's scared. And it's not hard to see why. There's no cell reception, no backup, just a man in a vehicle, locked inside while shots ring out in the night around him. This isn't a staged paranormal scare or an edited dramatization. This is raw, real-world fear unfolding moment by moment as he films. Eventually, after what feels like an eternity, the sounds fade. Matt takes the risk of staying put, hoping the worst is over. He gets into bed, locks the doors one last time, and lays still beneath his insulated covers. The video skips ahead to the next morning, calm and clear. The sun rises over the Fraser River, and Matt goes out to fish like nothing happened. But the weight of the night still lingers. Were the shots random? Was someone out there targeting animals? Or something worse? And was the speeding car connected to it at all? There are no answers, only questions. Ethan Towers is a rather underrated channel, but it's known for horror-themed explorations, cryptid hunts, and intense overnight challenges with a heavy dose of unscripted reactions. In this particular video, Ethan and his friends set out into a remote forest to investigate one of the most infamous legends in Native American folklore, the Skinwalker. The term refers to a malevolent shapeshifter, once human, believed to have gained supernatural powers through dark rituals. And according to local accounts, these beings often lure people by mimicking sounds, especially whistling. Ethan and his group begin the night deep in the woods atop a high ridgeline.
We are going skinwalker hunting. Don't know what we'll find, but we're just gonna go in the forest, try and lure some out, and investigate it a little bit. And if you don't know what a skinwalker is, basically it's this witch that did a sacrifice ritual to gain the abilities to shapeshift into different animals. And they're this big thing. I would recommend looking into them because it's super cool. But we're up. Would this be considered a mountain? A really big hill, like a small mountain. We're up in the trails.
Large cliff.
Large cliff. Gonna try and see what we can find. Now, to lure one out, you whistle, you say its name. I'm also gonna try and pronounce its name in the native language, which I'm gonna absolutely freaking fail at probably, but they show around. It's really creepy out here. Alright. I don't need a flashlight. I'll take out my EMF though. I tried looking into it and researching it a bit. If skinwalkers can communicate through any sort of equipment like the EMF or spirit box, I couldn't get anything. But I'm still gonna try. It's never bad to try something. But whoa, that mushroom's freaking crazy. So we'll start off by just whistling and saying the name. Skinwalker.
With only handheld lights and an EMF detector, they step into the darkness armed with minimal gear, a Polaroid camera, and plenty of nerves. Their goal? To attempt summoning or interacting with what they believe might be a skinwalker by calling its name and using whistling, which, according to legend, draws the creature out. Early in the exploration, strange signs begin to surface.
Bruh.
I can scan this.
Okay, what I'm gonna do right away, I'm just gonna try the picture thing. Because you know we've been doing the calling. Actually, no. I'm gonna try and lure some more first.
I can't see anything.
I'm gonna stand right here.
Just leave right back up. We should pick that one.
Skinwalker, skinwalker, skinwalker. Skinwalker. I'm gonna try and find the name. Shoot, it's not gonna work. Skinwalker. Show yourself. So I wanted to try and say its name.
How about I just walk?
Okay, I got it. Yinal Lushi. Frick. Yinadlushi. I'm so sorry if I'm absolutely butchering that name.
Probably toad.
If you're real, come show yourself to us. Alright, now I'm gonna take out my camera. And I'm gonna go up to the tree line. Skinwalker. Skinwalker, come show yourself. What? It's not working. I was testing it before. Why is it not working?
A wooden trail marker reads, Hardwood Forest, not as quiet as it seems. Then, moments after they whistle into the night, something whistles back. It's distant at first, a single echoing tone, subtle but clear. Then it happens again.
I heard that.
It sounded like a whistle, didn't it?
Yeah.
It sounded like a whistle, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's a whistle.
Sounds really far away.
That's what they do, and then they come closer. That thing is spiking too.
It is? That was a... I'm not sure if the mic will pick that up because I was really far away.
Wait.
Okay, I'm packing this up quickly. But there was a whistle. And it sounded kind of far away, like something whistled back to us.
Louder, closer. The group reacts instantly. Some joke, trying to calm the energy, but beneath the surface, fear is setting in. As they move deeper into the woods, they hear branches snapping. The noises grow closer. Something is moving. At one point, they even hear a bark echo in the distance.
I heard a bark.
Did you actually?
I think.
Skinwalkers are known to turn into dogs and coyotes.
Okay, then let's go.
Did you actually hear a bark?
I swear.
Bark back. Okay, but that is weird though. If we hear something whistling back and then a bark,
It was a very faint bark though.
that's weird though.
Another detail eerily consistent with Skinwalker folklore, which claims the entities can take the form of coyotes or dogs. The tension escalates with every sound. They continue calling the entity by name, daring it to respond. And then, something else strange happens.
Well, and that was kind of creepy. So, whistling got whistles back. Then you hear like a bark, and then like running around in the like it sounded like that, but like far away. But that's like signs of skinwalkers, like whistling back at a dog. Like the skinwalkers are mainly known for coyotes, like morphing into coyotes. And then the footsteps, that I just don't know how to explain. The EMF was going off. Do you have the pictures?
Yeah.
Can I have them? I want to check them. There probably won't be anything. Yeah, flash isn't good enough, but
The heck?
What?
I didn't do that.
Does it automatically lock?
No.
So your car just locked itself?
I pulled the handle. Is it locked?
Yeah. Why is it locked?
I just unlocked
The keys are in your pocket. Show that the keys are in your pocket. And both hands are on the camera. And it just locked itself.
As they return to their vehicle to regroup, the car suddenly locks itself. No one had touched the key fob, and the keys were still in the videographer's pocket. Even stranger, they had just unlocked the doors moments before, and the camera had captured that clearly. It wasn't a malfunction, and the car wasn't programmed to auto-lock. Whatever it was, it triggered a moment of quiet alarm among the group. Even for a team that courts fear for content, this moment felt too real. Back inside the vehicle, Ethan reviews the night's events. 2 whistle responses, a mysterious bark, unexplainable footsteps, EMF spikes, and a car that locked on its own. Not to mention the overwhelming sense of being watched. Whether it was all explainable or not, there was no denying the intensity of the experience. While Ethan promises to continue his cryptid hunting series, it's clear that this night left a lasting impression. Because whether skinwalkers are real or not, the fear they generate when darkness surrounds you and the woods fall silent is very real. And when something out there whistles back, sometimes it's better not to find out what made the sound. What did you think of this encounter? Let me know in the comments. Posted on May 17th, 2025, this encounter comes from the Luko Story channel, an Indonesian solo camping series known for testing nerves in some of the country's most notoriously haunted sites. In this episode, the creator returns for a second time to a remote forest hut, seeking to relive and document the intense paranormal activity he experienced on a prior visit. What he captures this time, however, is even more unsettling, and leaves him visibly shaken throughout the night. The camper prepares dinner as darkness creeps in. He cooks a traditional liwet rice meal paired with stir-fried papaya, remarking how peaceful the setting feels. The small hut, located deep within the forest and far from any nearby village, is known to locals as a spiritually charged zone. It's the kind of place where whispers of kuntilanak sightings, ghosts from Indonesian folklore often depicted as pale women in white, are common, though rarely captured on video. But this camper isn't just there to cook. He's brought a different kind of offering, teresai, a pungent fermented shrimp paste. Burning it is believed by some to attract spirits or provoke a reaction from supernatural entities, and that's exactly what he hopes to do. As the night deepens, he lights the terrace over an open flame, the smoke quickly filling the small clearing. Moments after the aroma begins to settle, the mood shifts. If you're still watching, comment the hidden word nightmare.
Jadi pas ini lagi makan ya, tiba-tiba ada suara, tapi nggak tahu ya suaranya dari mana.
Without warning, he begins hearing strange sounds. First a faint creaking, then whispers from below the hut. He grabs a flashlight and heads downstairs. There's nothing there. He returns upstairs only to hear more noise from above. The voice stops the moment he moves. It returns when he sits still. He begins reciting prayers under his breath, trying to steady his nerves. The camera keeps rolling, capturing his reactions in real time. This isn't the jumpy fear of someone playing games with the viewers. It's the visible discomfort of a man who knows exactly what this place is capable of. As the night drags on, he continues to monitor the area with 2 fixed position cameras. He tries to sleep, but multiple times is startled awake by what sound like footsteps circling the hut. At one point, he hears scratching on the walls and low-pitched murmuring. Whether any physical form returns is unclear, but the presence remains constant, oppressive, and impossible to ignore. By morning, he's exhausted and shaken. The video closes with a whispered thank you to viewers for their support and a quiet admission. This was one of the most terrifying nights he's ever filmed. What he experienced wasn't just a creepy moment in the woods. It was a direct response to his invitation, triggered by a tradition that carries weight in this culture. What makes this story especially powerful is its atmosphere. There are no cinematic jump scares, no staged effects, only ritual, anticipation, and a slow, haunting descent into the unknown. The Kuntilanak legend isn't just folklore. It's a living fear in places like this. And for those who dare to challenge it, sometimes all it takes is a single night and a single offering. With this final encounter comes the end of another episode. If you haven't already, let me remind you again to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment about what you liked and didn't like about this video, and also share what type of videos you want to watch on this channel along with these type of video. We always look to improve our video quality so you get the best videos possible. In about 3 seconds, there will be more disturbing videos on screen for you to watch, and with that, I'm out.